G'day guys, welcome to How to Play the Head Pro Way, hole number 14 here at Windaroo Lakes. Hole number 14 is a 331 metre par 4 off the black tees. It's 315 off the blue. Today we play from a more forward blue tee. However, for those that know me, know that this isn't an easy hole for myself. I do struggle with the tee shot the further back we go. The reason being, I like to move the ball right to left. This big old gum tree tends to get in the way. From the further back we go, the angle of the hole means that my tee shot starts at the middle of the fairway and is always drawing away, so I bring those trees into play. I'm sure many of you guys have similar problems. Today, from the forward blue tee, I could blast my driver over the corner of the dog leg and get it somewhere short of the green inside of 60 odd metres, but we're not going to. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to play the hole being an average length hitter. So rather than the guys who can blast it over the corner, it's an easy hole, they're just going to smash drive and chip it onto the green. For everybody else, we have to think about the hole a little bit more. So what we're going to do, we have a quick look up, we look at the tree line on the left. We're going to laser how far it is to hit it into the tree line, okay? We're then going to make sure we take a club that comes up 10 metres short of that. So I don't know what that club's going to be for you, but I know that everybody here has an option in the bag that they can laser. We're inside of about 180 metres, I reckon, to get to the tree line. So we're going to hit a shot that goes about 170. I take out the left for two reasons. One, we avoid the water on the right. Two, from the left-hand side, it opens up the green. It gives us a clear view up the green line. For those that don't, and if we hit it up the right-hand side, we've got that gum by the big gum tree by the right-hand side of the green there that can block out the right-hand side of that green completely. So we've got to be smart on the tee shot. So today, guys, I'm going to be hitting a 6-iron. We're going to be hitting it up the left-hand side and leaving ourselves a bit of a longer shot in. But again, hopefully it's a bit more beneficial to you guys to talk through the hole this way. It's simply blasting the driver and trying to pinch a birdie that way. Okay, so I've taken the 6-iron off the tee. Fractionally chunky, don't always hit the ball perfect. Left ourselves 161 yards. But what I have managed to do is taking a club that was just a good smooth swing for me. I avoided hitting it long into the trees. Even if I had pulled it on line, I was exactly where I was expected to be, which is that 10 or so metres short of the tree line there. And taking a 6-iron, taking the water out of play. Again, I don't expect you're all going to be hitting 6-irons from that range. We're just trying to hit a club that can get around about that 170 metre mark off the tee to leave ourselves a open shot into the green. And as you can see, we're probably just about bordering on the ideal position. If we go over another 15, 20 feet, we take that tree completely out of play that blocks the green. Over 161, guys, we're going to be hitting a nice smooth 8-iron. Again, that's yards, 161 yards. I can carry my 8-iron, good solid 8-iron goes 155. I'm expecting a little bit of a bounce. We've got a white flag here, and as I've stated, this green is generally pretty firm at the front, so we're going to let it bounce up. Worst case scenario, be a little bit short, because it's better to be a little bit short on this hole than it is to be long. Other thing that's important for many of you players, depending on the shot shape you hit, you're just trying to avoid hitting it over on the right-hand side. So even though I hit a draw, I'll start this at the flag and let it work over to the left-hand side. Try and hit it between flag and left-hand side of the green. If you hit the ball left to right, I'd suggest that most players, you start it on the left edge of the green. If we're landing it short, we're going to get a little nudge to the right. So doing so, we're avoiding hitting it too far right and we're avoiding those bunkers. You'll find that's probably just short of the green, a little bit mishit, but again, perfect line, started at the flag, little draw, landed short, little kick up, probably going to find ourselves on the front fringe. Okay, so we've hit the chip shot, it's rolled up to about 6 or so feet from the flag. Not the best chip shot, but again, worst case scenario is it's an easy 5. Best case scenario, I'm going to hold this putt. Problem probably was for myself personally, I just didn't hit the second shot with enough club. My brain's telling me that it's a 155 yard carry, but my brain's also not considering it's cooler air in the morning. Something for you guys to consider. The cooler air, it's a little bit more dense, the ball wasn't travelling as fast. Probably should have clubbed up and had the opportunity to be a little bit longer to the middle part of the green than just specifically relying on bouncing it up. So yeah, for those of you that are watching that perhaps play the morning, give that a bit of consideration before you figure out the club you're going to use. If it's a little bit cooler, you probably want to club up and have the ball bouncing and landing on the front of the green as opposed to bouncing short and trying to run it up there. Guys, let's see if we can make the par though and move on to the next hole. Thankfully we made the putt, because that could have been bloody embarrassing, telling everyone to lay up and then making bogey myself. Guys, not an easy hole 14. It deserves an awful lot of respect. But if you're unable to carry over the corner of the dog leg, best way to play it, figure out the club you can hit towards the tree line without going in the tree line. Accept a little bit of a longer club into the green. Play your approach shot favouring the left-hand side. Let it bounce up a little bit. Try to get your chip on, or if you get it right and it rolls up, just try and make your two-putt and walk away with a 4. Okay guys, so quick tip for the miss. So, you know what, the tee shot hasn't gone to plan. I won't lie, I've seen many players stood in this spot, okay? A ball's ended up in the water off the tee. We're taking a drop, and we've got to figure out what we're going to do next. So from here, I'd look at most players, you're around about 160, 170 metres is about the average dropping area based upon line of entry. Guys, it's pretty thick rough here, so it makes the next shot pretty tough. What I'd say, if you end up in a position where you're having to take your drop, that big old tree in front of the green is making it very difficult to get the ball close to. Take a breath. We don't have to make the 4 from here. We don't have to get all of our shots back after that one bad error. What we've got to do is play sensible and play smart. So you take your drop. Guys, the majority of players I'll be saying to aim up at the White House in the distance there on the left-hand side, under club, okay? Raise for the flag, take enough clubs to just get to the front edge of the green. 2 things are likely to happen, okay? Throughout the course of the day, as it dries out, coming out the rough, the ball's going to fly a bit further. Secondly, this green, and in front of this green, gets very firm. The ball will hit, it will kick on. On top of that, the fact you're taking less club means you're more likely to be hitting it a little bit more aggressively, committing to the swing, likely more squaring up that club face and hitting a straighter shot, okay? Avoid trying to blast it at the gum tree with a draw, try and get it on the green, try and make the 1 putt, try and make the 4 and try and salvage around. That won't work. Let's try to avoid making mistakes. Let's accept our bogey. From here, you're playing 3. You can play your 3rd just short of the green, a chip and a putt, and you've actually had a pretty good result on the hole, okay? Avoid compounding those mistakes. If you hit it into the water, taking your drop, play sensible. That's today's quick tip for the miss.